I'm getting so tired, you guys. I've been filming and editing all day. It's been a crazy week for filming and editing. I've been just working like a horse. Hi guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be my favorite drugstore products, and drugstore products I think that you should not be sleeping on. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Sophia. Please hit the subscribe button. I think it's over here. Your guys' comments down below, and let's just jump into it because I have a lot of drugstore products I want to talk to you guys about, and I don't want this intro to be very long because I know I want to spend more time talking about the products. So let's go. So the first thing is first, when I first started getting into makeup and trying makeup and products and trends and all that kind of stuff, I usually stuck to the higher end side of the makeup industry. That's just personal preference. I've always been a Sephora kind of girl. I love Sephora. That was my first love in makeup. Also, when I first started getting into makeup and doing makeup, the drugstore wasn't really somewhere where I always thought to look for makeup, whether I didn't really know what to look for or I just never went to the drugstore looking for makeup. I always felt like it was cheaper, it wasn't as good of quality, it didn't work as well, that kind of thing. However, I feel like throughout the years and with YouTube and the internet, the drugstore has really stepped up their game and elevated the products they've come out with. They killed it in 2017. I can only see greater things for 2018 for the drugstore, and that's why I want to share this video with you guys. I don't want you guys to sleep on makeup products at the drugstore like I did for literally, God, for so long. The drugstore is a great place to find amazing products, and I just want to share my drugstore loves with you guys. Start with primers. I have a couple of primers. The first primer I have is definitely my first found love primer at the drugstore. This is even one of the first primers I actually started to really use. This is the NYX Angel Veil primer. This is in the jumbo size. I went through like a handful of these before I finally purchased the jumbo size from Ulta. I've had this for quite a while just because now that I do have a lot of makeup, I don't always use this primer, but it was a go-to primer for a couple years for me. This reminds me a lot of the Hourglass primer that costs like $60, I think it is. Oh geez, yeah, like there's like nothing in here. So this is what it looks like. It is a white primer and it leaves your skin feeling very smooth. You do have to be kind of careful with it because since it is a white primer, it kind of does have a white cast, but then it just blends out very nice and smooth and gives your face a very blank canvas to work with. Another primer is from E.L.F. This is the E.L.F. Cosmetics Hydrating Face Primer. So they actually sent this to me in PR a couple months ago, I want to say, and I use it quite often. I don't really use it on camera. I use it more on days where I'm going for a more natural and subtle look. It is clear and it has a very nice like watery consistency. I don't know how to explain it. It doesn't feel like, you know, some primers from the drugstore feel very silicone. This doesn't feel silicone at all. It does feel very hydrating. I really love this primer. I like that it does have a pump, so it is very sanitary. E.L.F. primers I think retail for between $5 and $7, I want to say. So it is very inexpensive and it's a really great primer. I really like it. It makes my skin look very hydrated and plump. So this isn't a primer, but it's just like a skin spray, I guess you could say. It's not even like a makeup setting spray, but I use this as a setting spray and a priming spray. This is the Mario Badesco facial spray. This is the rose water one. I just hauled the lavender one and I've been using that one a lot. However, if I did just have to pick one, it would just be the rose one. I love the smell of this. If you do not like roses, you're not going to like this because the scent is very strong and it's just a really great facial spray. Next is foundation. I'm just going to go ahead and get this one out of the way. It's what I'm wearing on my skin right now. This is the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless. So I've been not using this for a very long time just because I have so many other high-end foundations and drugstore foundations that I have in my collection, or foundations that have just recently launched that I wanted to try. But I decided to pick up another one because I have like 3 or 4 in my collection that are older, so I wanted a new one. I got the shade 112 and like I said, I'm wearing it today. I think it looks so good. I think this was like $6.99 at Ulta if I'm not mistaken. $6.99 or $7.99. It's very affordable. You get 1 fluid ounce. It looks very good on the skin. Also, I like this because it's not a very thick formula, but it is full coverage. So this is the Maybelline Matte and Poreless. I don't want to talk too much about it just because I know Everybody and their mother talks about this foundation, and it's one of the best drugstore foundations that you can buy. So these next two foundations, I believe, launched in 2017. The first one is the Wet n Wild PhotoFocus foundation. Now, this foundation, when it launched, it literally like took off like a rocket into outer space. It doesn't have a flashback or anything. It was tested under 7 different lighting conditions to ensure that it really was photo focus. I have these shades Nude Ivory and Rose Ivory. The shade range in this is good for the drugstore, I will say. The applicator is like a little spatula, like you guys can see here. So you just kind of dot it all around the face. This foundation retails for $5.99, which is insane. Like, that is so cheap. This is more of a matte formula. I have drier skin. I'm not sure if it's going to be like your go-to. I would recommend mixing it with something just to help with the mattness of this foundation. I just did a video on this, but this is the NYX Total Control foundation in the shade 06 Vanilla. You don't get that much product. However, this foundation is so good. It covers so well. It looks gorgeous on the skin. It leaves your skin very breathable and just stunning. I was shocked by this foundation. I was not expecting to like it as much as I do. I used it all week last week when I did makeup looks and went to work for no makeup looks. Everything, this foundation literally does it all. Like I said, this foundation reminds me so much of the Marc Jacobs Remarkable foundation, except I think this one's $13.99 and that one's almost $60. But the two are so similar, it's insane, except this one, in my opinion, is better because it doesn't make you look as flat and dull and boring. I don't know what NYX did or if they added like fairy dust to this, but it is so good. Use an oil with this if you like more of a dewy foundation, or just spray Fix Plus or some kind of spray, even this Mario Badesco spray. Just spray it on your face before and after and it'll give you more of like a dewier finish. But this foundation is so good. For my favorite concealers at the drugstore, I love the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind concealers. So these come with the little like ball applicator, which is so disgusting and messy. I wish they would change that, but whatever. This concealer is the best. I use this concealer all the time. I use it to mix with other concealers. I use it to brighten up the skin with their brightener shade. The thing that I love about this concealer is it feels very hydrating and nice. Offers a lot of coverage without looking too cakey. I feel like the Tarte Shape Tape, I'm comparing it to that because I feel like a lot of people have tried that one. That one can sometimes make your under eyes very dry and just look very heavy and thick sometimes if you don't like blend it out quite a bit. This one I feel like gives a lot of coverage, and then blending it out, it just looks so flawless and gorgeous. This concealer I have used for years and I just always go back to it. This is the only cream contour product I like from the drugstore. This is the NYX Wonder Stick. So I've been using this for the first year that I started my YouTube channel. This is in the shade Medium Tan. Now, I know you're probably thinking, why medium tan? Well, there's only 2 shades when this first came out, and this was the one that they had in stock. This is this side of the contour. This contour is so nice. It is so creamy and it's very pigmented. It's a very easy contour stick to work with. And then the other side is the concealer side or the brightener side. I also really do like this. Once again, it's just very creamy and nice. I really do feel like on the concealer side though, it doesn't have that much coverage. So I really have to be careful with it. If I do use the concealer side, I make sure to use some other products with it. But mainly the reason why I love this is because of the contour. This is the only cream contour I've tried from the drugstore that I truly love and use all the time. So for a setting powder from the drugstore, the LA Girl Pro Powder in the shade Banana. Once again, I just recently got this. However, I know this product is going to be one of my holy grails and one of the powders I use all the time. I haven't set it down. I've used it every single day doing my makeup. It is so good. It is so finely milled. It blurs out your under eyes. It brightens your under eyes. It makes your under eyes look so good. And it's a really good just baking powder. It's probably one of my favorite baking powders I've honestly ever tried. Besides the Too Faced ones that I'm obsessed with, this one is like right there with them. I don't know what LA Girl did to this, but it is so good. It is light enough of a yellow for me to use to bake and still give me that brightening effect. The perfect shade for my skin tone. I absolutely love this. If you haven't tried it, I highly recommend it. For bronzers, I have a couple of bronzers. I'm going to start with one of my like tried and true bronzers that I've been using for, I think it's been like 2 years now. This is the L'Oreal Glam Bronze, and this is in the shade Light Pale. So this is actually part of a summer collection that they've launched ever since they first released these, and they've had them at the drugstore ever since during summertime about. So within the next few months they should be getting these again. So at first when you get this product, it's going to look like it's a shimmer bronzer, but that's just an overlay of shimmer. Once you either wipe off the shimmer topper or just use the product, it will go into like a matte. And this is a very like cool toned warm bronzer, and it is just stunning. It gives such great color payoff. It looks so pretty on the skin. I use this to contour and to bronze, and I really like it. The pan size is huge. Like, as you guys can see, it's a really large pan. It's one of the best bronzers I've ever tried, and it's definitely one of my holy grail bronzers. This is the number 7 bronzer in the shade Carmel. Sent this to me in PR about 6 or 7 months ago, I want to say, sometime last year, and I just started using it more now than ever. This is what it looks like. Same thing as that L'Oreal one. It has like that cool tone, but then it also provides like warmth to the skin. I like bronzers like this that are more cool tone, just because if I do use more of like an orangey or warm tone bronzer, it makes me look like an Oompa Loompa, and I don't want that. So I love this bronzer. It has a really smooth velvety texture to it, and it just applies really nice to the skin. The last drugstore bronzer I'm going to be talking about is the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer in the shade Light. So this is what the packaging looks like. Once again, some of these products I just hauled at Ulta, but seriously, you guys, they are products I literally use every day that I'm like, why haven't I had you longer in my life? Why did I just get you? And that's how I feel about this bronzer. It smells like you're in Hawaii. The light shade, they have 2 or 3 other shades, I believe, and this is what it looks like swatched on the skin. It's this one right here. It's the lower one. That one's the number 7. So it is cooler and lighter than the number 7, and it's actually the bronzer I'm wearing right now. This bronzer is amazing. It was a really inexpensive bronzer for what you get. Also, CVS and Ulta always have coupons on Physicians Formula, so I know I got like $10 back on extra bucks when I bought this, so I think technically it was only like a $7 bronzer, which is crazy. For eyebrows, I only have one product. This is the NYX Micro Brow in the shade Espresso. I'm actually out of this. I need to buy more of these. I absolutely love them. They're $9 or $10 at the drugstore. They're very affordable. They remind me a lot of the Anastasia Brow Wiz, except they are a little bit more waxy in my opinion. These do last longer than the Anastasia Brow Wiz, though. They're half the price and they just do the same job as the Anastasia ones. The first blush I have is by Milani. This is the Baked Blush in the shade Luminoso. I've had this for years. I love this blush. It's the perfect summer blush. Baked blush, so it does have like a really nice shimmer effect to it. The thing about Milani blushes too is they're so creamy and they're so easy to work with. Each blush is different because they are baked. The Milani blush that you buy, I promise you're gonna love it. They're so good. Next, I'm gonna be talking about eyes. So when I go to the drugstore, I usually only gravitate towards one brand for eye products. I know that Maybelline has stepped it up with their eye products. However, I haven't been really able to try the City Mini palettes a lot and kind of know my overall opinion on them, so that's why I'm just going to share these products with you guys. It's from one brand and I just feel like they're my favorites at the drugstore. So first is this NYX Ultimate Eyeshadow Palette. In general, all NYX eyeshadows are killer. They're amazing. This is the Ultimate palette in the shade Sugar High. So this was actually the only palette I took and the only palette I used when I was in New York for 10 days. And this is all I needed because it had like my warm transition shades. Also had this really deep dark purple where I could build up in the crease and smoke out eye looks. And then also comes with those 4 glitters that you can use. I think NYX killed it with their ultimate palettes, and the formula on these are so good. But this one is by far my favorite. Sticking with NYX, these are the NYX glitters. So they sent these to me in PR. These came in like kits, so I don't know if you can buy these glitters individually. I'm sure you can, but these are like 3 different colors. This is like gold, tan, and rose. I love NYX glitters. I feel like they're so great and they're very, very affordable for what you get. I also like how this is like a trio, so I've never gone through an entire glitter before. I mean, I feel like that's very hard to do. And I feel like these ones, how you have a trio is really nice because you have different glitters that you can try and test, and I really, really like them. So these are the NYX glitters. For highlighters, we are going to be talking about the Makeup Revolution Luminous Gold Liquid Highlighter Drops. So what I'm wearing is my base for my highlighter today. This is what the packaging looks like, and then it has like this dropper. This reminds me a lot of the Cover FX drops I have, but I actually like this one better. I know, weird, right? I like this one better. This one is thinner, so it's not as thick and clumpy, and this one is so much easier to work with. Like, I literally sat it on the skin all over my face and then blended it, and I had no streaks. None of my foundation pulled back from this product. It is just so good. It is so pigmented and so gorgeous. I'll do like a little stripe swatch and blend it in for you guys. It literally just, it's so pretty. Like, I can't even. I don't know what they did to these, but they are so good. I went back to Ulta to get more of them, and they didn't have any of the shades I wanted in stock. So once again, this is a product I'm probably gonna have to just buy online, but these are also $10. This is the Physicians Formula Butter Highlighter in the shade Pearl. This is just a really, really nice white cream to powder highlighter that you can literally put on or underneath any highlight that you choose. Pearl shade does a better job of serving as a base. It's this one right there. It's so gorgeous, and you could lay any highlighter on this and it just makes your highlighter look extra beaming. This is the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Highlighting Palette. I have a handful of these highlighters individually, but I just wanted to show you guys the palette because I feel like it's the easiest thing to do. They have an entire collection of these highlighters, and they're $4.99. It is crazy. These are so good. They're so pigmented. They are so pretty. I don't see how you can compete with the price and with the formula of these. They make your skin look like you are glowing. These are so good. Mascara, my favorite drugstore mascara is the L'Oreal Luminous Lash Paradise. I love this mascara. It reminds me so much of the Marc Jacobs Velvet Noir mascara and the Better Than Sex from Too Faced with like that really fluffy wand. This mascara makes your lashes look long and flirty and fluffy, and it's just my favorite. These are actually new to the drugstore. Pixi just released their liquid lips. Oh my gosh. These are life-changing, let me tell you. The applicator is just like the Smashbox one, and this is in the shade Pastel Petal. I wore this the other day, I believe. Yeah, I wore this the other day for a video on Instagram. The applicator is so good. You can really get into your crevices, and you can really just get a really nice sharp line. So that is what Pastel Petal looks like. I love the formula. Once again, these remind me of the Smashbox Always On Points. It's like they're made in the same lab or something. It's really crazy the resemblance that they have. And these ones are like half the price. They sent over 5 shades, so I'm not sure if that's their line right now, just nudes, and they're going to expand it, but Pixi needs to expand this line because these liquid lipsticks are so good. So are the NYX Lingerie ones and the NYX Love Out Loud ones. These are just their liquid suede. This was just a campaign I was part of with NYX, but this is the lingerie one. When these first launched, I got like the entire collection. It's just really nice liquid lip. This is the shade right here. Now the NYX lingerie ones are more of that matte drying formula. So if you like more of that formula, then I would recommend the NYX lingerie ones. But if you like more of a moussey formula, I would recommend the Liquid Suedes, because the Liquid Suedes, which is this one right here, is more of like that moussey formula where it's not going to suck out all the moisture in your lips, but it's still going to give you that long lasting power. But these are the L'Oreal and Balmain collection. So these are the nudes that I picked up. I got the shade Urban Safari, which is like the palest of pale nudes. But I mean, it's absolutely gorgeous. Like, I'm obsessed with these. They're so, so pretty. L'Oreal lipsticks are amazing. The L'Oreal, I can't remember which one it was. I think it was Ferris Nude, was one of the first lipsticks I ever tried. And I just love the L'Oreal classic lipstick line. Those are what those look like. This one is Confession and this one's Urban Safari. I mixed those two on my lips today. And the last product that I want to talk about from the drugstore is more of like a skincare product. This is the Pixi Glow Tonic Toner. Oh my gosh, they sent this to me in PR for Christmas, and I had never tried this before, and I started using it ever since they sent it to me. I use one pump of this on a cotton pad 5 to 6 times a week, and when I wake up in the morning, my skin literally looks like it's glowing. This toner has drastically changed my skin, and it's really helped control my breakouts. It's crazy how much this product actually works and does the job. I never thought that I would like this as much as I do. In the last month I've used this, I could see a really big difference in my skin. I highly recommend this toner. If you guys don't have a toner in your skincare routine, I would buy this Pixi Glow Tonic. I don't think they sell this size of it because this was PR. I think they just sell the smaller sizes. Such a good toner. I cannot recommend it enough. Talk about it on Instagram quite a bit, but I wanted to just talk about this on my channel because I feel like 99% of you asked me about my skincare routine, and I just wanted to share this with you guys because I feel like a lot of you would love this product too. It's everything from the drugstore that I'm obsessed with and products that I love from the drugstore. If you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Leave me more recommendations for videos that you guys would like to see. That's pretty much it for this video. I know that was a lot of makeup to digest. However, it was a lot of good makeup to digest. So, if you guys have products from the drugstore that you love and that you want to see me try here on my channel, please let me know down below. Like always, I will see you guys in my next video, and I love you guys. Bye guys!